Hey, what's up, everybody? So, just wanted to do a video on this new airport scenery for Renton Municipal here in Seattle, Washington. Well, it's more like Greater Seattle, but all I gotta say is this scenery is amazing. Uh, Drzewiecki, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but you guys have seriously outdone yourselves creating this scenery. I mean, there is just some little detail around every corner that you just want to jump out of the airplane and look at. Uh, there's animations. It's like here what we see here is the Boeing factory that's on site, and wow, I've just been amazed. Anyway, just kind of looking around here, one of the elements that you could clearly see that makes the scenery stand out is how they've kind of created like an actual 3D room looking through each window of the building. Like, it's not just some flat texture of a window showing the inside, like a picture, just a flat picture. It is actually, they actually took the effort to create a three-dimensional space around the window and then put the textures in there. But it's just that little bit of depth creates so much reality and atmosphere. It is just, it's awesome. And yeah, I don't this probably looks like some sort of dock, maybe for like deliveries or something. But yeah, so far I've just been blown away with this scenery. So this would be our first example of the realism of this scenery. This is actually the paint hangar that they bring the aircraft, unpainted aircraft, into to get the cool-looking airline livery that we all see here. And just looking inside the hangar and moving around, you could hear like the ambient sound of all the like lighting, and I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pretty awesome. And these platforms, they might kind of look like they're just floating in thin air, but they're actually suspended by cables on this kind of crane, overhead crane. And they actually did model that. It just might be kind of hard to see, but this is so cool. And I don't know if you can see in the distance, but there's actually an aircraft that's unpainted and being towed into the hangar, which is so cool. Yeah, again, the animation and with all this little action going on, you wouldn't even think about it. It's like these guys took the time to create all this because they want you to appreciate the level of detail in this scenery. Like, it's the scenery itself is almost kind of like an interactive experience. And hats off to this developer. They really have just done an excellent job. And look at that, you have the hangar doors closing. Oh, that's just awesome. So we're going to be going into the main hangar assembly areas here, and like I said before, the amount of detail and realism and just the ambient sounds they've produced is just amazing. Wasn't that so cool? Showing the fuselage being craned in position, and yeah, this no amount of detail was spared. Here is the hotel, the Hyatt Regency, out on the waterfront, and man, it's just, God, look at that. That is just so awesome. Every little nook and cranny. And well, here you can tell it's obviously, you know, the default satellite imagery based off of Beam, but you know, this is pretty realistic as far as the Boeing structures go. And there's more of that ambient sound. They even have the little railroad tracks here that are custom modeled. And this is a cool little tidbit here. This is so cool. Look at this. It's like some little maintenance rail vehicle here coming down the tracks. That is awesome. So looks like we got some more trains here, and they even got the little details right down to the graffiti on the cars. What does that say? Center link or center something? That's awesome. I don't think that was part of the default scenery. That looked like it was part of the add-on scenery. But oh, this looks like a cool little. You got some Amazon trucks there. Okay, making some deliveries. It's a little depot there, and an overview of the kind of employee parking and the plant here. Oh, nothing in there though. But the exterior modeling is just immaculate. You can see all the cars and all the trucks, all the parking stalls. It just is so realistic looking. And all the little alleyways and access roads. God, they've done such a great job on this scenery. Sorry about the little mix-up from time to time with the controls for the drone here. Look at this place. I wonder what this is. I'm not too familiar with the Boeing plant. I've never gone on a tour, but maybe that's some kind of other little manufacturing area. Here we go over the parking lot again. But yeah, you definitely want to get your drone controls squared away so you can easily fly around this scenery and enjoy it to the max. So here on out, I'm just going to show all the various little transient GA ramps around the airport, and definitely no amount of detail was spared to make this as realistic looking as possible. You can see right down to the little people figures they have that are animated. They all seem to be like making motions and animations that they're, like people talking to each other. It is so cool. And yeah, there's another example of the kind of areas in between hangars that are just really cool to look around in, and all the GA aircraft. That's another thing. Everything's really to scale. This area here, I think it's a VOR Omnitest site where you kind of park the aircraft and you align your VOR, you test it to see if it's configured or aligned correctly. I might be mistaken, I don't know, but it kind of looks like that's what that round area is. So we got some more Boeing parking spaces right here, and it's really cool how you see the flags right there. And I know the Everett plant has like a delivery ramp where they have their customers receive their brand spanking new shiny aircraft. I wonder if that's something like that. But you got a little Lonely Piper there, placed by the AI. It's still pretty cool. The AI static aircraft. I don't know, it looks like right here we have a quite a bit of ambient sound, that's for sure. But that's a P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft, and these have actually replaced the P-3 Orion, and it's pretty cool to see them as static aircraft in this scenery. Looks like it just kind of transitions into the FBOs on site, which is pretty cool. But again, talking about the scale of everything, it seems pretty accurate. Because, for instance, like these float planes, when they're on the tarmac like this, they're pretty high up, and you really see things in perspective when you see the little human figure next to it. That looks actually pretty accurate, and again, it just adds to the immersion. That's so awesome. So I wanted to touch a little on about VR. I did try the scenery in VR, and unfortunately, given my system specs and setup, VR was less stellar in terms of performance. But you know what? So far, this simulator in general, VR has been kind of the lesser performing out of all the sims I use, so I wasn't really surprised there. There's a ton of videos going on about VR. There's so many factors involved. There's so many settings. I'm actually, still really learning about it myself. I love VR though. It is just awesome though when you get some decent performance in this simulator. It is just amazing. It really is. And but for me, this scenery, it didn't perform very well in VR, like a lot of other sceneries, that I have. So again, you need some power. You just need a pretty powerful rig for VR, it seems, with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that being said, if you use just TrackIR, it should work awesome. you should get stellar performance. It definitely is a FPS friendly scenery outside of VR like they advertise. So in that case, I'm content with that, and it is still a very great scenery. So I thought this was pretty cool. You have like a little, I think it's a ground control tower here, and they modeled the inside of it. That's pretty cool with all the little monitors and everything in there. And yeah, that was a pretty nice little recreation of the FBO on the south end. And you have some jet blast deflectors right there that are real iconical of this airport. And they even have the Renton sign there on them, which is pretty cool. And on the other side of the runway here, you have another FBO, and I'm just going to go ahead and pan around this area because there's still a lot of great little details, like this person right here just kind of taking a break, you know, and you can see inside the office space right there. It's so cool. It's just so immersive, and it's like she's just looking out, just admiring, you know, the amazing detail of this scenery. And yeah, it's just really cool. There's so much 3D modeled objects, right down to the runway lights, of course. You know, that was something I really noticed with X-Plane all the time, is how much they paid attention to those small details, such as the runway lights. But it's great to see that amount of detail implemented into Microsoft Simulator finally. You definitely have so many cool little areas you can park around on this airport. Here we go again with the scale detail right by the tower here. You have a little Kenmore float plane right there. And the security vehicle. Officer talking to someone. You have a pretty cool angle right here. You can kind of see inside the hangar. This little area right here is real interesting. It's like a kind of fuel depot where all the trucks, all the fuel trucks, maybe fill up their tanks. You have all the related kind of hardware there modeled, the pipes and everything. It's so cool. You have some staff right there, and you even have the little backside of the facility modeled. Yeah, there's, again, I know I've said it a million times, there's so much detail in this scenery. It's awesome. So here we are back on the north end of the runway, and you have a FBO here with quite a bit of GA aircraft parked on the ramp, and it's really interesting because they have a 152 right here, and it's painted in Kenmore aircraft scheme. It says Kenmore Express. I think that should be maybe translated to more White Knuckle Express, maybe. But yeah, this is still another really cool area you could park your aircraft into once you land at this airport. And yeah, this scenery is just awesome. You know what? I want to go ahead and see how the lighting looks fully at night. And I'm just going to change that here. And here we go. This is how everything looks at full nighttime scenery. And you know, the lighting, look at that. It's just awesome looking. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a FPS decrease, but I think that's because you know, all the textures have to load and everything, because it seems like after everything initially loads, the frames get a little smoother. So, but the overall lighting at night still looks really awesome, as you can see. You have all the Boeing spaces there lit up, and I'd say the only thing compared to the real deal when I pass by this airport at night is the lighting. I don't know, maybe if it's changed. It looked a little more yellowy last time I drove by this airport at night, but still, it's better than no lighting. So still, I think the lighting looks amazing. And this is the main plant here. You can see inside the hangar still. Yeah, they spared no amount of effort here for the lighting, as you can see. Alright guys, so if you've just been flying with the default Renton scenery, I definitely say get this one. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.